Welcome to the Chop Seat, where Braves country meets the big leagues. Your host Vic is here to break down everything from Truist Park to the top of the standings across the league. From walk-offs to wild trades, this is your seat for everything baseball, but a heavy dose of chop. So grab your glove and settle in, because the Chop Seat is open.
Welcome to the Chop Seat, your favorite place for Braves baseball and the rest of the league. I'm your host, Vic, and today's Tuesday, June 3rd. I hope everyone had a great weekend. Braves didn't have a great weekend. We had some stuff going down once again, not in the good news column, unfortunately. That's what it's been looking like for us the entire year. But anyways, before we get into that, I want to thank all you guys for continuing to watch the show. It's growing, man. The show's growing. Surprisingly, I'm surprised. On Instagram, keep following on Instagram at the Chop Seat Pod and on YouTube at the Chop Seat. Any takes, any questions you guys want to send in, make sure you send that via DM on Instagram or via email at thechopseat@gmail.com. So we're going to get into the action. You guys already know what's our first segment, and that is...
It's time for Tomahawk Takes.
It's time for Tomahawk Takes, where we dive into the action from the previous Braves game. And that was a 3-game set at Truist Park against the struggling Boston Red Sox. The Boston Red Sox were coming in a 5-game losing streak. And you thought, you know what, these guys are going to take advantage of them. They're going to take advantage of them. We're going to beat them up, probably win 2 out of 3 at least. And yet again, that's not what happened. The Braves, they end up losing 2 out of 3 to the struggling Boston Red Sox. I mean, the Braves have been struggling too. So you had 2 teams that were struggling. And I mean, I guess it could have gone either way. And this one ends up going the Red Sox way. And I don't know, man. You're starting to get those vibes, with teams are going to play Atlanta that, they kind of want to face them. It's not like you fear the team anymore. Like back in the days, or even a few years ago, you got teams going into Atlanta. You're like, oh boy, you're about to get beat up. Anyone that's played organized or sports in any organized level, when you're about to face a bad team, when you're going in there, you're like, yeah, let's go. We're about to take this game. This is light work. That's kind of how the Braves are being looked at now, because last weekend you had the Padres coming in. They had lost 7 in a row. Guess what? They won the first game and they won the series. So their losing streak was snapped. And then this weekend, Boston, they were coming in a 5-game slide. Guess what? That streak ended real quick in the first game when they won. And they end up winning the series, trying to get back on the right foot. So again, the Braves, if they keep playing like this, man, it's going to be embarrassing. It's going to be a long year. Hopefully something changes this week. I mean, we'll see. We're just going to have to wait and see. But this is what happened in this series this weekend. Friday's game was a Red Sox victory 5-1. In the first inning, the bottom of the first, the Braves, they took an early lead. Matt Olson, he singled off Lucas Giolito, driving in Ronald Acuna Jr., La Bestia. That made it 1-0. And then in the top of the fourth, Trevor Story, he hit a 2-run homer off of Grant Holmes. That scored Abraham Toro. That gave a 2-run lead for Boston. In the 6th inning, Abraham Toro, again, he doubled off Grant Holmes, bringing in Carlos Narvaez to extend the lead to 3-1. And in the top of the 9th, Rafi Devers, Carita, he delivered a 2-run single off of Aaron Bummer, scoring David Hamilton and Ceddanne Rafaela, finalizing the score at 5-1. That was the ball game. Lucas Giolito, he went 4 2/3 with 1 earned run. That was the one in the first inning. And Garrett Whitlock, he went 1 2/3. He got credited with the win. Braves, Grant Holmes, he went 5 2/3, 3 earned runs in the 4th and in the 6th inning. And Aaron Bummer, 1 inning pitch and 2 earned runs. That was in the 9th inning. Again, the starters, man, they just gave up 3 earned. Grant Holmes just gave up 3 earned runs in this one. Starters have continued to put the offense in a spot to be able to win the games, but the offense is just not producing enough. That's the frustrating part. In May, I believe the Braves have the 3rd best ERA in May, and go look at their record. It was a terrible record, not something good to see. You would have thought they would have only lost maybe 5 games having the best ERA. That's not what happened. Why? Because the offense continues to struggle and be inconsistent. But in game 2, we saw a little bit of a spark from the offense in the first inning. Bottom of the first, Ronald Acuna Jr., he singled, and then he scored on a Matt Olson double off of starter Walker Buehler. That put the Braves ahead 1-0. We went to the 4th inning, bottom of the 4th. Austin Riley, he hits a homer. And then Ozzie Albies, he walks, and he advances on a throwing error. And then Michael Harris, the second, he singles. That brings in Ozzie Albies. And then Ronald Acuna Jr., La Bestia, he is back, baby. He's in full control. He hits a 2-run homer, also off of Walker Buehler. That extended the lead 5-0 for the Braves. And that was the ball game. Walker Buehler, he gave up 5 earned runs. All of those allowed. And for the Braves, Spencer Schwellenbach, he goes 6 1/3, no earned runs, 11 Ks. Absolutely beautiful performance to see from him. And for the bullpen went 2 2/3. Daysbel Hernandez, he came in. Dylan Lee, he came in. And Rafael Montero, they again combined for 2 2/3, no earned runs. Good to see Daysbel back in his his form that we are used to seeing him. So that was game 2. The Braves, again, you want to see wins like that. 5-0 ball game. Spencer Schwellenbach, again, like I keep saying it, the starters have been doing their thing for the most part, and they keep giving the offense a chance, and that's what we saw here in this second game. And the final game, Sunday's game, Red Sox win this one 3-1 in the first inning with the bases loaded. Trevor Story, he hits a 3-run double off of Bryce Elder, scoring Rafi Devers, Abraham Toto, and Marcelo Meyer. And in the bottom of the first, the Braves answer right back with Marcelo Zuna. He responds with a solo shot off of Gary Crochet. And then it was pretty much, that was it. That was the action offensively, because both teams were held scoreless with strong pitching performances, maintaining the scoreline. For the Red Sox, Gary Crochet, he went 7 innings, 1 earned run, 12 strikeouts. Absolutely great dominating performance by him. Roldis Chapman, he went 1 inning in the 9th, and he got his 9th save of the season. For the Braves, it was Bryce Elder. He went 5 1/3. Again, 3 earned runs. That should be enough to give your offense a chance to win the ball game, but the Braves' bats are dead. In this one, Aaron Bummer, he ended up pitching 2 innings, and Raisel Iglesias, he got some work there, also pitching 1 clean inning. But this is exactly what happened. The Red Sox, they scored 8 total runs in the series. The Braves with 7. Key performers, Trevor Story, he had 5 RBIs over the series, including that 2-run homer and that 3-run double in the final game. Like we said a little while ago, Garrett Crochet, 7 innings, 1 earned, 12 Ks in that final game. That lowered his ERA to 1.98. And now he leads the AL with 101 strikeouts. So impressive from him. I'm pretty sure he will be at the All-Star game in Atlanta. He'll be back. And Spencer Schwellenbach with a great performance himself. He went 6 1/3, 11 Ks in that second game. He got himself the W. And that was it for the series over the weekend. But again, the Braves are struggling to get on the right foot, get the offense flowing, man. Get the offense flowing. We're going to see who they're going to face when it comes up in our last segment, the Braves forecast. And we're going to have a little bit of the news that went down over the weekend for the Braves as well. And I believe that the lineup is up for tonight's game. We're going to see that lineup for tonight's game. And I think that's the money lineup right there. I think that's the lineup that's going to get this team flowing, the offense flowing, next man up, keep moving that line along. We're going to see. You're going to see when we get to the Braves forecast. But for now, we're going to head into our next segment.
It's time for the MLB.
Welcome to the MLB, where we look at the action from around the league. And it was an exciting weekend of baseball. It's always an exciting weekend of baseball. And we're going to start off with the most exciting series of the weekend. That was your New York Yankees at the LA Dodgers. We're going to get into the action from those ball games. And game 1, The Dodgers, they went 8-5. The Yankees, they punched them right in the mouth in the first inning. Aaron Judge, he hits a homer. But then in the bottom of the first, Shohei Ohtani, the show must go on. He says, anything you can do, I can do better. He hits a solo shot. He ties up the ball game real quick. No time lost there. And then the Dodgers, they rally from a 3-run deficit. They score 4 runs in the 6th inning to take the lead. Shohei, he homered again. He had 2 homers in this game. Andy Pajes, he had 3 RBIs. And the Dodgers bullpen, they held up the Yankees to secure the win. That was a final of 8-5 again. Game 2, Yankees. ¿Qué pasó, loco? ¿Qué pasó? Yankees, ¿qué pasa, papi? They get beat up in this one, 18-2. 18-2 in the World Series rematch. It was a dominant performance by the Dodgers. They scored 18 runs, the most ever by a National League team against the Yankees in any game. Max Muncy, he hit 2 3-run homers, while Tommy Edman, Hayes, Sung Kim each recorded 4 hits. The Dodgers offense overwhelmed the Yankees pitching staff throughout the game. And then Sunday, Yankees avoiding the sweep. They salvaged the series in the ESPN night game. They win this one 7-3. Ryan Yarbrough, facing his former team, he goes 6 strong innings, allowing 1 run and striking out 5. DJ LeMahieu, that's my DJ. He led the offense with 4 hits and 2 RBIs, while rookie Ben Rice, he hit a pivotal 2-run homer in the 3rd. Ben Arroz. And then the Yankees capitalized on Dodgers starter Yoshinobu Yamamoto struggles, who was pulled in the 4th inning after giving 4 runs. Despite the Yankees winning the finale, the Dodgers outscored them 29-14 over the series. The series highlighted the Dodgers' potent offense and the Yankees' resilience in the face of adversity. And I believe that was Max Fried's first loss of the season, actually. So he is now 7-1. He'll be at the All-Star game in Atlanta as well. That is going to be exciting to see him back down there. He's definitely going to earn his ovation. Then we had the Cincinnati Reds at the Cubs. First game, Reds win this one 6-2. Cubs win the second game 2-0. And then to clinch the series win, the Cubs win the final game 7-3. Jameson Taillon, he earned his 3rd consecutive win, allowing 2 runs over 6 1/3. Michael Busch, he led the offense with a 2-run homer and an RBI single, while PCA, Pete Crow Armstrong, he contributes 3 hits, 3 runs, and 2 stolen bases. He'll be at the All-Star game as well. Ellie De La Cruz, he provided a bright spot for the Reds with a 2-run homer in the 6th inning. That's the 12th of the season for him. Then we had the Baltimore Orioles and the Chicago White Sox in Baltimore. Baltimore, they won the first game 2-1. They win the second one 4-2. And guess what? Game 3, they get the sweep. They win this one 3-2. The veteran Charlie Morton, Braves legend, Braves champ, he had a 6 2/3 inning of baseball, 1 run only, striking out 7. Charlie Morton, Uncle Charlie, he's back. They took a 2-0 lead in the 3rd inning with RBIs from Ramon Urias and Ryan O'Hearn. Dylan Carson, he added an RBI double in the 6th to make it 3-1. That was it for the ball game. The Baltimore Orioles, again, they bring out the brooms and sweep the Chicago White Sox. Next, we had the Milwaukee Brewers at Philadelphia. They win the first game 6-2. That's Milwaukee. Christian Yelich, he led the Brewers with 2 home runs and 4 RBIs in this one, including a 3-run shot in the 5th inning and a solo homer in the 9th. This marked his 12th career multi-homer game. The Braves, not the Braves. I wish it was the Braves. The Brewers pitching staff limited the Phillies to 4 hits, with Quinn Priester earning the win by allowing 2 runs over 6 innings in relief. The second one, another blowout. Brewers, they win this one 17-7. Rhys Hoskins, he went off. He had 2 3-run homers. He had 6 RBIs. Jackson Chourio, he went 4 for 5, including another 3-run homer and 5 RBIs. Christian Yelich, he added with 4 hits. It was a complete shellacking. Jesus Luzardo, he allowed 12 runs in just over 3 innings. And then Sunday's game, the Brewers, they bring out the brooms because they sweep the Phillies. They win this one 5-2. Next, we had a 4-game set that started on Thursday. Toronto Blue Jays, they won the first one 12-0 against the Athletics. They completely beat them up. Excuse me here. I'm losing my notes here, guys. Sorry. 12-0. Athletics, they lose the second game as well, 7-11. Blue Jays, they won 8-7 the third game, and they win the final game 8-4. Bring out the brooms. That was it for the Athletics in this one. They are on a complete slide. Next, we had the Angels versus the Cleveland Guardians. The Angels win game 1, 4-1. Mike Trout, he returned. He went 1 for 5 as the DH. Good to see him back. Game 2, the Guardians, they win this one 7-5. And then last game, Guardians, they end up winning the series. They win this one 4-2. Gavin Williams, he carried a no-hitter into the 6th inning, ultimately allowing just 1 hit over 6 2/3 of baseball, striking out 6. Jose Ramirez, he led off the 4th inning with his 11th homer of the season. And that was it. That was the ball game. Next, we had the New York Mets the Rockies were at Citi Field. New York Mets hosting the Rockies yet again. They end up sweeping this one. They win the first game 4-2. Francisco Lindor, he led the Mets with 2 solo home runs from each side of the plate. Impressive to see from him. Juan Soto, he snapped from an 0-17 slump with an RBI double. And Starling Marte, he added a solo homer. David Peterson, he pitched into the 6th inning, allowing 1 run. And Edwin Diaz, he came in. Bam, 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 bam. He got his 12th save of the season. That was the ball game. The Mets, they bring out the brooms because they win the second one 8-2 and the final game 5-3. In that one, Pete Alonso, Francisco Lindor, Juan Soto, they homer in this one. And Clay Holmes, he achieved the career milestone, pitching 7 innings for the first time. Good to see from him. Reed Garrett comes in and then passes it to Edwin Diaz. He picks up his 13th save of the season. Next, we had the San Francisco Giants at the Marlins. The Marlins, they lose the first game 2-0. They come back and win the second game 1-0. But the Giants, they take the series in game 3. They win this one 4-2. And that was it for this series. Next, we had the Texas Rangers hosting the St. Louis Cardinals. The Rangers, they blow up their offense. They score 11 against the Cardinals. That was an 11-1 victory. The second game, Cardinals 2-0. And then the Rangers, again, showing more offensive prowess. They win the last game 8-1, and they take the series. Next, we're going to Detroit at Kansas City. Detroit, they won the first one in this AL Central matchup. They win 7-5. They had home runs from Riley Green and Dylan Dingler. He went yard. He dinged that one. Spencer Torkelson, he had a solo homer and the 8th. And that was his 14th of the season. Second game, Royals, they come back 1-0. It was a classic pitcher's duel. Tarek Skubal, he delivered 7 scoreless innings for the Tigers, allowing just 2 hits and striking out 7. But Michael Walker for the Royals, he was equally impressive. He took a no-hitter into the 7th inning. The game's only run came in the 8th when Vinny Pasquantino, he singled in Nick Lofton. Carlos Estevez, my closer, he got the save. That's number 16 for him. And then another close game. Then game 3, the Tigers, they win this one 1-0. They clinched the series win. Zach McKinstry, he led off the 3rd inning with a triple. And then he scores on a wild pitch by Chris Bubich. Cater Montero, he started for Detroit, pitching 4 2/3. The bullpen then closed it out. Tyler Holton, Chase Lee, Tommy Kahnle, Yankees legend, and Will Vest, they combined to preserve the shutout. Again, Tigers playing great baseball. Keep it up. Keep it up. We go to Houston. There was a 4-game set here. The first one was on Thursday. Rays win this one 13-3. They went off offensively. The second one, they lose that one 1-2. Saturday, they go off yet again 16-3 in this ball game. Junior Caminero, he hitting 2 of Tampa Bay's season high 5 home runs and driving in 5 runs. Zach Liddell, He pitched his first career complete game, allowing 3 runs on 10 hits. The Rays had a season best 18 hits, and their 16 runs tied a season high. They end up losing the last game 1-0. Hunter Brown, he went 6 scoreless innings. That was his 5th scoreless start of the season. Very good to see from him. And I believe he has 8 wins now. He is the league leader in that category. 4 more games left. 3 more series left. Almost done, guys. We go to Arizona, the Washington Nationals at Arizona. Nationals, they won the first game 9-7. Josh Bell, he hit a 3-run homer in this one. And Robert Hessel III, he had 3 RBIs in this one. The Saturday's game, the second game, Nationals, they win this one as well, 11-7. That clinches the series win for them. The Nationals set a franchise record with a 10-run first inning. That was insane to see. Just keep the line moving. Keep it moving, fellas. And in the third game, avoiding the sweep, the Diamondbacks, they win this one 3-1. Eugenio Suarez, Gino, he hits a 466-foot 2-run homer in the first inning. Corbin Burns, he pitched 4 2/3, but he ends up exiting the game. I got to actually follow up on what was his diagnosis, but yeah, he didn't look too good. Right elbow discomfort in this one. But they end up winning the game. Next, we go to San Diego, Pittsburgh at San Diego. The Padres, they win game 1, 3-2 against the Pirates. Pirates come back. They end up winning the second one, 5-0. And then the Padres get the series win in the final game, 6-4. Manny Machado, he homered in the first inning, and he hit a go-ahead sacrifice fly in a 4-run 7 for the Padres, who rallied past the Pirates to again win this one, 6-4. And then our final series, guys, this is it. On the MLB, the final series, it was Minnesota at Seattle. The Mariners, they lose the first one. The Twins, they win this one 12-6. Mariners come back and they win this one in walk-off fashion, 5-4. In his MLB debut, Cole Young, he drove in the winning run with a fielder's choice in the 11th inning, lifting the Mariners to a walk-off victory. Kyle Raleigh, I believe they call him Big Dumper. I don't know why. Big Dumper, he hits his 22nd homer of the season. Time for the league lead. Well, at this time, we got to look at the league leaders as of today. But then again, anyways, Mariners, they win the final game 2-1. They win this one. They get the series win. Why do I keep saying season win? They get the series win. And that was the action from the weekend around the league. News. We just had, like I said earlier, Mike Trout's back. That's good to see him back on the field again. Braves related, we had Freddie Gonzalez is now going to be the third base coach. Freddie Gonzalez, man, he kind of scares me a little bit, man. The last time Freddie Gonzalez was on the team managing, it was not a good look. This was the rough years for the Braves, so it doesn't his name just doesn't put me in a good spot mentally. But he's gonna be at third base. Hopefully, he makes better judgment calls than Matt Twisasobo. He's going down as a minor league director or something like that. So pretty much they sent him down. Hopefully, we get better sends to from Freddie Gonzalez, Freddie G. He has more experience as a third base coach, so hopefully it's gonna be okay. Hopefully, hey, maybe he sparks the team up. Who knows? Maybe he got a good speech coming in. We'll see what happens. Anyways, now we're gonna head. Actually, no. Listen, I'm bugging out, guys. My bad. Let's look at the league leaders real quick, and then we're gonna do some standings. Before we get into our final segment, league leaders, batting average leaders. Aaron Judge, 391. Do you guys think he's gonna hit 400 at the end of the season? I don't think so. He's probably gonna end up. What do you guys think? Let me know. Send that in. Send it via Gmail. Send it via the IG. What do you guys think Aaron Judge is gonna finish off hitting? I'm gonna say 369. I'm gonna just throw that out there. 369 for Aaron Judge. Anyways, Freddie Freeman, he's hitting 368. Jacob Wilson, the rookie, he's hitting 355. And Jacob Wilson's actually, he has just been named the rookie of the month along with Drake Baldwin. So congrats to them. And then the home run category, Shohei Ohtani, he leads with 23 homers. Kyle Raleigh, Big Dumper, he is also tied with him with 23. And then Aaron Judge, he has 21 himself. RBIs, Rafi Devers, he has 53. Seiya Suzuki with 52. PCA, 51. Hits, Aaron Judge, he's leading with 86. Jacob Wilson right behind him, 81. And Paul Goldschmidt and Jaron Duran, they both have 72. Stolen bases, Luis Robert Jr., he has 21 stolen bases. O'Neal Cruz with 20. And Bobby Witt Jr., he has 20. And now into the pitching side of the stats. Hunter Brown, he's leading with 8 wins. Max Fried and Carlos Rodon, a pair of Yankees, they both have 7 wins. Robbie Ray, he has 7. And Brandon Pfaadt from the D-backs, he has 7. In ERA, Chris Bubich, 1.43 ERA for him. And for the Mets, the Amazings, you guys are happy to hear this one. Kodai Senga, he sits in with a 1.60 ERA. And strikeouts, Gary Crochet, he just carved us up. He has 101 strikeouts. And Mackenzie Gore for the Nationals with the same number. Innings pitched, Gary Crochet, he's back up there, 82 innings. And Zach Wheeler, he sits with 76 innings pitched. And the save department, Robert Suarez, 19 saves for him for the Padres. And Andres Munoz for the Mariners, he has 17. And with whip that thing, Nathan Eovaldi, he has a 0.79 whip. And Paul Skeens for the Pirates at a 0.92. We actually had some games also that started, some series that started yesterday. That was the Colorado Rockies at Miami, the Angels at Boston, Milwaukee at Cincinnati, Detroit at the Chicago White Sox, San Diego at San Francisco, Minnesota at the Athletics, and the New York Mets at the Dodgers. And we're going to talk about this one on Thursday or Friday, but the Mets, they end up winning this one in 10 innings, 4-3. And then we have a few series starting today. Well, not a few, most of the other ones. Houston, they were going to be at Pittsburgh. Chicago's going to be Chicago Cubs. They're going to be at Washington. Cleveland Guardians at New York. In the Bronx against the Yankees. The Philadelphia Phillies going up to Toronto. The Texas Rangers will be going down to Tampa. Kansas City at St. Louis. Battle of Missouri. And the Baltimore Orioles at Seattle. Those are the matchups coming up tonight, starting tonight, the series for the next few days. And then just one final thing to do around the league since it's Monday. Let's look at the standings real quick. We are going to start in the American League. In the American League, the Yankees with a comfortable lead. They sit in first place, 36-22. The Blue Jays right behind them, 31-28. Again, 5.5 games back. The Rays 30-29, 6.5 for them. Boston Red Sox 29-33, 9 games back. And the Orioles 22-36, 14 games back. The Detroit Tigers 40-21. They're leading this one, the best record in the majors right now. They keep rolling, man. This team, man, they're like a complete team out there. They have a 6.5 lead over the Guardians. They're 32-26. Twins in third, 7 games back, 32-27. The Royals, 31-29, 8.5 games back. And the White Sox, you already know, they're down there in the basement. Seattle Mariners leading the AL West, 32-26. They're only leading it by half a game because the Astros are right there, 32-27. And they're doing it without Yordan Alvarez. So impressive to see from them. Texas Rangers 29-31, they're 4 games back. The LA Angels 27-32, 5.5 games back. And the Athletics, they're now on a 7-game slide. They're 23-38, 10.5 games back. That is it for the American League. And now we head into the National League. In the NL East, the New York Mets, they are in first. They're back in first. They took that over from the now struggling Philadelphia Phillies, who have lost 4 in a row. They are now 36-23, 1.5 games back. The Washington Nationals, 28-31. They're 9.5 games back in third place. Your Atlanta Braves, yes, your Atlanta Braves, they're 27-31. They are now 10 games back. And believe it or not, the Braves only have better records than 3 teams in the National League. That's your Miami Marlins, who are 23-35, 14 games back. and the Pittsburgh Pirates, who are 22-38, and of course the Colorado Rockies, who now finally hit double digits in the win column. They're 10-50. But when you see it that way, that's how bad it is. You only have better records than those three teams. So that means you literally got to turn it up now, guys. You got to turn it up now. But anyways, we're going to go into the NL Central. NL Central, Chicago Cubs in first, a little comfortable lead there, 4 games ahead of the Cardinals. They're 33-26. The Brewers in third, 33-28. They're 5 games back. They're on an 8-game winning streak. Get hot, baby. Cincinnati Reds, 29-32. They have lost 3 in a row. They're 9 games back. The Pittsburgh Pirates, 22-38, has, like we had just mentioned, they're 15.5 back. And in the NL West, the Dodgers, 36-24. They're in first place by 1 game because the Padres are right behind them, 34-24. The San Francisco Giants, 33-27. They're 3 games back. The Diamondbacks, 28-31, 7.5. And like I said, the Rockies, since I had mentioned their record, they're now 10-50, 26 games back. That's insane. That's crazy to see. Crazy to see. But yeah, again, the Braves I can't even speak. The Braves 3 game. What am I saying? Anyways, the Braves have a better record than 3 of the only 3 teams in the National League, which are, again, the Miami Marlins, the Pittsburgh Pirates, and the Colorado Rockies. So that is it for our MLB. You guys are all caught up. I'm caught up myself. Now we're going to head into our final segment.
It's time for your Braves forecast.
It's time for the Braves forecast, where we preview the upcoming series for your Atlanta Braves. And I forgot to mention this, so we're going to mention it now. This segment is brought to you by SeatGeek. Use code CHOPSEAT for $20 off your first purchase on SeatGeek. If you want to watch the Braves this weekend, not this weekend, you want to see the Braves tonight or the next 2 days against the Diamondbacks, go to SeatGeek, use code CHOPSEAT, and you are going to get $20 off your first purchase. So again, this is the preview for the series. The Braves 27-31 are kicking off a 3-game set at Truist against the Diamondbacks, who are coming in 28-31. Both teams are looking at game momentum as they sit in 4th place in their respective divisions. Game 1 on Tuesday tonight is a 7:15 start time. That is scheduled for Spencer Strider against Zach Gallen. Spencer Strider 0-3 with a 4.5 ERA. Zach Gallen 3-7 with a 5.54 ERA. Game 2 is going to be our Cy Young Chris Sale against Merrill Kelly. Merrill Kelly, he's 5-2 with a 3.78 ERA. Chris Sale is 3-3 with a 3.06 ERA. And Thursday's game is going to be an early one, 12:15 start time. It'll be Grant Holmes. He's 3-4 with a 3.78 ERA against Brandon Pfaadt. Like I said before, he is coming in with 7 wins and 4 losses. His ERA is 5.05 ERA. When the pitching on the pitching side, Spencer Strider, he's returning from injury, like we had said in previous episodes. He's going to be making his 4th start of the season. His last outing, he showed some promise with 7 strikeouts over 4.2 innings, allowing just 1 earned run. But the problem is his control. He had a bit of control issues that led to 6 walks over 14 innings since returning back from the IL. And Zach Gallen, he has struggled with command as well. He's issued 32 walks in 66.2 innings. He has allowed 4 or more earned runs in each of his last 4 starts. And despite the challenges, he continues to generate strikeouts, totaling 66 this season. So players to watch for both teams: Eugenio Suarez, Gino. Remember that game where he hit 4 home runs against the Braves? You got to be careful with him. He could always get in on one. Ronald Acuna Jr., let's see if he can spark the offense, continue to spark the offense, and give us a good June of baseball, hopefully a winning month for the Atlanta Braves. And Michael Harris II, he had a 5-game hitting streak into Sunday, but that was snapped. But he will be a key contributor. Why? Because he has been put in the 9th hole in the lineup. That's what I wanted to get into. He's going to be batting 9th against the Diamondbacks tonight. which is good to see. This is how the lineup is as follows. Ronald Acuna Jr., he's going to be leading off. Drake Baldwin, he's going to be hitting second. Austin Riley is hitting third. Matt Olson in the cleanup spot. Then you get Marcell Ozuna batting fifth. Ozzie Albies, he's batting sixth. Alex Verdugo batting seventh. Nick Allen in eighth. And Michael Harris is second in the 9-hole. Remember, Michael Harris is second in the 9-hole is a problem. That is where he is best. And you're going to have him hitting in front of Acuna now. So it's kind of like having two leadoff hitters, which is good to see. And Drake Baldwin, keep an eye on him, because if he gets up with Michael Harris and Acuna on, he might slap one the other way. Both guys will be coming in, and he'll be plating 2 runs, as easy as that. But that's the lineup for tonight. Hopefully Snit keeps it that way. Hopefully Freddie Gonzalez, he doesn't have any debacles in his first game at third. And let's see, man. Come on, can we get a leader in the ball club? Can we have somebody show some fire when something's going wrong? All these guys are just putting their heads down, walking into the dugout. Oh, we're gonna get them tomorrow, bro. Show some fire, man. We gotta show some fire now. It's gonna start getting late. Next thing you know, it's gonna be July. We're gonna be at the All-Star break, and then next thing you know, it's about to be the end of September. You're going to be trying to claw into the playoffs. You got to start right here. Brand new month, June. Let's get it rolling. Let's go, and let's just lose 5 games this month. Just give me 5 L's. Win the rest. That you gotta start playing good baseball. This team is talented. We know what these guys can do. Look at 2023. I keep going back to 2023. These guys had a historic offense that year, and it's most of the same guys. How are you going to tell me you guys went from that to what you're doing now, where the offense is not flowing? We know we have the talent. Let's start showing it. And for team trends, the Braves, they have lost 4 of the last 5 against teams with a losing record. That is terrible. You got to take advantage of these games. And they've been struggling offensively, like I said, averaging 3.84 runs per game over the last 11 ball games. You got to get that up to, this month. Let's get up to 5. You score 5, you're going to win most of the ball games. You're going to win most of the ball games. That's what the Braves need to do. As for the D-backs, they have lost 8 of their last 10, falling over there into 4th place of the NL West. And the bullpen has been a liability, ranking among the 5 worst in ERA and blowing 20 leads this season. That is going to be where the Braves can attack that bullpen, get the offense going. You got a team that's struggling. Don't let them do like the other teams that have come in when they have struggled. They come and punch you in the mouth and win the first game. You come back, win the second one. And then when you look at the third game, you lose that one, and that's another series loss. This whole episode, I've been saying season instead of series. I don't know what's going on with me. But anyways, that is what to look out for starting tonight. Again, 7:15 start time. You're going to have the first game tonight. Let's see if we could come out, punch these guys in the mouth, win the first game. Win the second game. Win the third game. Let's get a sweep. Let's get hot, baby. Come on, let's get hot. Anyways, this is it for the Chop Seat. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for continuing to follow, share the show, like and subscribe, whatever everybody be saying, whatever they be saying on these shows. Get the show on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Anywhere you guys get podcasts, we're up there. So keep sharing the show. It's going to get better and better. We're trying to work on an interview coming soon. Hopefully in the next few weeks, we're able to get an interview. If it happens, it's going to be a good one. One of my favorites in the sports industry. So we're going to see if we can land that one. That'll be the debut of our segment, the Chopping It Up segment. So if it happens, I'll make an announcement. So I'll keep you guys posted. But anyways, thank you guys. I hope you guys have a great day, and hopefully your ball club wins tonight. I'm Vic, and I will see you next time.